All right, episode 34 of the Critically Unfocused podcast, coming to you live and direct from the Zencaster studios this time around, because Riverside was playing around and cost our dear viewers what was it, the Week 9 NFL review.
Oh my god, yeah, we had a banger for y'all too. We
had
really
a
did.
Banger. It was going to be the first Tyrell Jamal production, right?
Yep. All me. Yeah, but we won't even get into it. They try to play me, and they did play me, but we'll be back next week. We got it.
Just straight up lost to the ether. We don't like that. We don't play them type of games. This product right here is too precious. We put too much work in to give y'all these quality pods that we do give y'all. So when something like that happens, we get to pushing papers around and getting in the Googles to find out where else we can take the show. So we're on to our third studio, but that, third time's the charm is what they say out there in the showbiz world. Just let y'all in on seeing how the sauce is made is all.
Rome wasn't built overnight, I heard.
Were you there? No, I wasn't there.
Okay, you got a point.
Can you really trust carbon dating?
I'm anti-vaxxer. I don't know, nigga.
Okay. Vaccines and carbon dating.
I think it's the same shit. Oh, what's the difference? Explain it right now.
I got on my Aaron Rodgers research and looked it up, and it was about the same. So,
do you got 500 pages of it though?
Don't trust carbon dating.
It's a great MLK would say. Yes, MLK was actually 640 years old. They tried to carbon date him, but
it's a fact.
Couldn't see it.
MLK was actually the person that landed on the moon, but they don't want to tell you that inside the history books.
They didn't put that in One Night in Miami.
They did
Holding
not.
it back.
That's how come he wasn't in the movie. Actually, he was on the moon
at the time.
I'll look it up.
Wow.
Do your research.
Fuck Buzz Aldrin. The hell? All my homies hate Buzz Aldrin.
All my homies hate Buzz Aldrin.
Stolen valor, head ass. The fuck?
Oh shit!
Shout out Martin Luther King, the Moonwalker, the original Moonwalker. You think he took Joe Jackson with him?
Yeah, he's probably so cool at the time. No, actually, you know what? Because some theories say that Joe might have had something. Never mind. But
oh Lord,
maybe he didn't take Joe, and that might be why Joe could have inspired.
Oh, that makes sense. That makes a little bit more sense. Wow, see, this is the kind of quality people miss out on when we can't put our show out. They wouldn't have learned today that Martin Luther King was the man that landed on the moon.
Yeah, we do all this research to share it with y'all, and unfortunately, like I said, we lost an episode. But,
fucking disservice.
We back learned this week research this time.
Hey, I learned this week that a black man created the refrigerator. You know that?
From a peanut?
Nah, nigga. I don't even know how. I just know he got a patent as the nigga that created the fridge. Yo, what will white people do without black people, dog? They'd have fucking moldy meat still.
Did he get promptly arrested for making an innovation?
No. Henry Ford was like, wow, look at this. I created the fridge.
What the hell are you doing creating shit to help white people, Blackie?
Go ahead and take that from you, brother. This is the Black Excellence segment of the podcast, if you weren't aware.
Yeah. We also looked all of this up as well.
Exactly, man. I've been doing
these are not just jokes. These are historical facts. Look it up.
Been doing the science. All right, man. Let's get into this shit. How's your week? How's life in below the Mason-Dixon?
Man, look, I made some friends this week called the Law Tigers. They protect motorcyclists. You might wonder why I have this to protect motorcyclists, but it's because yes, I have props this week, and I'm holding up things. So audio people, you're missing out. Go to YouTube, check the videos out. Hopefully this week we'll have a good one up there. I got a certificate because I passed the Harley Davidson Riding Academy new rider course.
Wow,
so
wow, hard head ass.
I know. What a movie. But I am now in a situation where I can go down to my local DMV, hand over this card that I earned by passing the Riding Academy, and I just have to take the computer test or whatever, and I can get my motorcycle endorsement.
Nice. Wait, do you got to take the whole plaque with you, or the little card?
There's a card, but the card's in my wallet. This plaque is just for me to have on my wallet.
It'd be hella fun if you had to take the plaque, take it in like you're showing your mom your like report card or something.
So the purpose of this actually though is like if I lose the little cards that they gave me, I just take this back in there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm sure every 64-year-old white man has that hanging up in their office. You passed
Oh, so
that.
I can tell you a little bit about Harley culture though, because I got to spend
Okay.
2.5 days at a Harley dealership.
Let's do it.
One of which was Veterans Day. So, one, it's everything you think it is. You're completely right for thinking it's a stereotype. But there's also a whole lot of other people in there that like you wouldn't think would be in there. I mean, saw a lot of brothers in there.
I was about to say, I feel like I see a lot of black dudes on like Harley type bikes more than like this crotch rocket joints.
So what's the stereotype of you when you think of a black dude on a Harley bike?
An older black dude with a pot gut that likes to listen to the Gap band hella loud on his bike speakers.
It's 100% correct. They play it so loud that we had a class of 6 people, and so our bikes would be on, and they would probably be like 300 feet away from us at the other end of the parking lot. You could hear their music plain as day over our bikes.
Doug, I don't know why motorcycle speakers are the clearest speakers on the planet. That shit sounds like you are at a concert when those pull up next to you.
I think they're like the same thing as boat speakers. Those are like the two loudest speakers.
That makes sense. And I guess it makes sense because they're built to like be played outside, unlike your car speakers. Yeah. But yeah, like if you turn your car radio all the way up, open all the doors, it don't sound as clear as a motorcycle.
It's not even close. It's over like close. Your bike being dumb loud too, which I guess that means why you have to have it so loud. But you figure like the pipes are below you and behind you, and you're moving away from that sound. The speakers are in your face, so why does it need to be that loud?
Because niggas like loud music. Because I feel like I don't ever hear nobody playing the Eagles on their bike.
Houston, I heard Tony Braxton.
Ooh,
I heard Al Green.
Yeah, he was revving that engine at the hose at the stoplight. I got some change in my pocket.
But it's a cool crowd and the cool community of stuff that they got going on over there. Though I will say that, like, if it makes sense that their no, I wouldn't say target audience, but their fan base that they have, it makes sense that they are who they are because it's a lot of people who are retired that need activities to do, and like being a Harley Davidson fan gives you activities to do all the time. Like you can get on these rides. Like my instructor, he said he does this one where he just goes around the country visiting different I think memorials for veterans, but like they're in small towns like all across the nation. So you figure like you have nothing else to do. You have you by being a Harley Davidson fan, you can go to Harley dealerships and meet up with other Harley fans. And then you can also just give yourself tasks to do of going across the nation to do like stuff like that. Like
that's hella tight.
You get to see a bunch of small towns and like eat at a bunch of places and stuff like that. So it's kind of cool.
Motorcycle culture does seem kind of fun, especially like you see like groups of black all age like black folks be in these like little biker clubs and stuff and like rolling out together on the weekends or like riding out to Sturgis and shit like that. Oh yeah, that shit's hella tight. And it's always with the Harleys, which is kind of tight because there's something intimidating about a Harley or like that type of bike, I should say, not always a Harley.
I don't think any other brand, even like with cars, like has that much of a like its own culture surrounding it. Like Harley does. It's really weird.
Harley is like, I keep saying Harley type bike because like I don't even know. Like I think Honda makes bikes like those, like the bigger.
Yeah, everybody makes cruisers, but
it's just a Harley when I see it.
Yeah. There's specific things about Harleys that make them uniquely themselves, and I can get into the stuff behind it, but it's really not necessary.
Sure. Like it is funny though to think of like brands that become the object, like a Q-tip, like a cotton swab is a cotton swab. We just call it a Q-tip, or like everybody calls a tablet an Kleenex. iPad. Yeah, stuff like that. Like, let me get a Kleenex. I got a fucking Dove, bro. What are you talking about? But yeah, Harley is just like when I think motorcycle, it's like, oh, do you got a street bike or do you got a Harley?
Yeah, you got a crowd rocker, you got a Harley.
Exactly. Well, that's tight. So you about to get a bike soon?
I have a Yamaha. Well, so this is I'll give you my takeaways from the class. So I had fun. I did have fun. I had a lot of fun. But it also made me aware of like that I don't know if I'm the right person for a motorcycle. At least not with where I am today. Like I'm not gonna get one and be riding it around everywhere. I'm definitely keeping my eyes open to something like super cheap, like under $2,000 that I could buy to just practice on. And then see if I get more confident and feel ready to do something after that. But as of now, I'm not in any rush. I just want to get this paperwork stuff done so I get the endorsement license, so I don't have to worry about that again. But
and that's a forever thing, right? You don't got to retake it ever.
As far as I know, you don't got to retake it. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm possibly switching my license to North Carolina. So,
whoa.
Yeah, I know, but it's going to be a lot easier. I think, for me to do that.
Sure.
Than getting
try to get a Washington endorsement in North Carolina. Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, so that's cool.
Wow. It's been all right, fairly uneventful, which again is always a good thing. Slowly working my way off this IR. So we're gonna see if nigga I'm trying to hoop, man. I'm trying to do something active.
You try to do things that are directly affecting me.
Of course not. I can't ride my bike. I can't do nothing fun. I'm just lazy now. Yeah, I was at my physical therapy looking at myself like, oh, this is gross. I need to be able to move around again. This shit is for the birds. Yeah. But yeah, otherwise uneventful. I was going through the numbers this week. I've said it about a couple other numbers. 34, a good ass number, man. It was one of those ones where it's like, damn, should I put this person on there? Because I don't want to be reading a list forever. Don't nobody care that much. But it's like, damn, there's some good ass 34s. Because this is episode 34.
About somebody on here. Actually, the last person on your list I have an anecdote about.
Is it Giannis about Harleys because he plays in Milwaukee, which is where Harleys
No. The last person on your list. So once you get there, I'll share.
Yeah, so we got Shaq, the Big Diesel, probably the best 34. Giannis, maybe also the best 34. Hakeem could be the best 34. I don't know. There's a lot of good ones. Ray Allen, Seattle legend, Barkley, Bo Jackson, Walter Payton, and Earl Campbell, who has some of the best YouTube highlights I've ever seen. Like, Bo Jackson got some shit. Earl Campbell just like running through people while they rip his jersey off his body. And he's like, nah, I'm actually going to score a touchdown. It's like, God, hates everyone ran over by him.
So I actually have two takeaways from this list. So Walter Payton, that was, I believe, I don't know if he's my dad's favorite football player of all time. I know he's his favorite running back, and that's how come he chose the number he wore in high school. And I don't know if he got it in college or not. But he definitely, at Wilson, he wore 34. And Earl Campbell, and I don't know if they're still there, but he was selling hot links at Walmart, and they were fire. And this was like obviously before I was vegan. My dad would buy them. Yeah, they were really good.
Earl Campbell hot links. I know there's just got to be fire. Literally and figuratively.
Bussin', as the kids would say.
Oh, yeah. If you look up Earl Campbell, one of the first things that pops up is Earl Campbell sausage. It looks like he still got them.
All right. Yes,
they must not be everywhere because they on eBay for $60.
How are you selling some sausages on eBay?
I don't know, but yeah, they definitely pop up on Walmart's website for $8.50. They out of stock though. I can't even order them.
That's the supply shortage, dog. They couldn't get the Earl Campbell sausages out there.
We losing recipes. Damn.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Get back to work, everybody. Just kidding. Don't do it if they ain't paying you. Hold out.
Yeah, fuck work, man.
Joe bust the wallet open.
Don't do it unless they paying you enough.
Exactly.
Fuck Joe. Cancel student debt, bitch ass nigga.
No, you just want to say Satchel Paige is the best Negro of all time.
Man, what a dickhead. And people were trying to say, it was called the Negro League, so he had to say. He paused before he said it too. He was like, Satchel Paige, the great Negro at the time. Like, God damn, nigga, you put some emphasis on that end.
No, you know what it was, man. I've had the moment happen too, like we kind of space out. He was reminiscing about when he was back there watching Satchel Paige show when he was a kid, and he's like, "Yeah, you went to watch the Negro Leagues, boy." Let me tell you,
it's crazy to think that we have a president that was alive to watch players in the Negro Leagues.
Actually, I don't know if he was or not, but
they said Satchel Paige retired at when Joe Biden was 11 years old. So maybe he was out of the Negro Leagues at some point. But like that's like a decent age. Like I think Satchel Paige played a short amount of time in the MLB.
No, he didn't. Satchel Paige played a long ass time. So for Joe Biden to be 11 years old,
no, I'm saying in the MLB though. Like I think he spent most of his career in the Negro Leagues, didn't he?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure the overwhelming amount. Yeah.
Yeah, Joe Biden old as shit. And you could tell he's the great Negro of the time. The fuck.
Satchel Paige was born in 1906. How are you 11 years old when you seen him retire?
Bro, look who's running our lives, man.
I mean, it was you know, there were two options and we had to pick.
I know, like there shouldn't have been one of these options. God damn, this motherfucker clearly got dementia because he was up there like, what words should I use? I mean, my dad
hang in there, Bernie dog. We got one more go at this.
Dog, Bernie gonna be 91 trying to run for president.
Oh man, I don't want to like derail us, but like That's kind of a scary sight though, because you know who's coming back 2024, and like if it's split between Bernie and Biden, like I think we kind of are about. We're not. I don't want to say we, but like I think the blue side's about to take an L.
I'm fully prepared for these motherfuckers to lose because they haven't done none of the fly shit that they was campaigning on. Any of the like cool points they could have earned because we was like we're ready to get this motherfucker out of here, and they kind of was giving up the game, and they didn't give us shit. Like I guess you get the child tax credit, but you're really just getting an advance on the payment, so it really ain't even like you getting a stimmy reel. Like nah.
HBCUs got a bag. I know that the infrastructure bill got passed, so that's cool.
But after they cut that bitch by like 3/4,
that's not on Joe though. That's like House Democrats. Like
I know that's House not on Joe. Hey, fuck you, Chris and Sienema.
But
all my homies hate Chris and Sienema.
Big Donnie's like waiting in the back, like Undertaker waiting for WrestleMania right now. Like it's kind of spooky.
I won't wish him dead, but I will hope. Like I hope he's just mentally unsound to run again. Like I hope he's talking to himself and drooling and shit by the time that rolls around.
I'm just saying, like we're almost a year into this.
Yep.
What would he have to display to be labeled mentally unsound based on what we've seen the last year?
Talking to himself and drooling. Did you? No, that's what I'm saying. Like literally have to be like. The only
thing that Joe hasn't done is drool.
I think he's mentally unsound. If Joe Biden was running again right now,
that's the bar, and he's like still good. Then
so maybe there ain't no bar. He'd have to be a veggie. Put that brother on veggie.
Now you're an ableist. You want to be an ableist?
I'm currently disabled, so no. If you have a handicap, you can make fun of other handicaps.
That's not how that works, sir.
Who are you to judge? You're not handicapped.
As you know, I don't. Maybe I don't. Maybe I. You don't assume my handicap.
You got drop foot,
sir. Don't assume my handicap.
All right, talk about something else. I don't want to do this anymore. You're about to get me.
Speaking of
you're about to get the woke mob after me.
I'm not gonna do that segue.
If you're gonna say handicap and talk about the first thing on this list, I'm logging off.
Hold on. I gotta get it back. I gotta get my
you are. Yeah. Hey, people. We were talking about it last week. People really think like Blake, the nice, responsible one out of the group. You really the worst person I've ever met.
I just have probably the No, I don't think I have the widest sense of humor, but
you got the sickest sense of humor.
Very wide.
It's sickening.
I can find humor in most things, so I just okay. Astroworld, folks. Wow, look who's laughing.
Oh, you are ill. You are ill.
Okay, a little rundown here. Travis Scott has a festival in Houston. It's named after, or I mean, I guess it's not named after his album. It's the same title as one of his albums, his last album, Astroworld. And there was a mass casualty event at this past one. This was this last weekend, last Saturday.
Because it was the morning after we recorded.
Okay, yep, last Saturday. Yeah, craziest text inside the group chat. People were talking about like multiple dead from Astroworld, and like all these crazy tweets were sent out, the videos and stuff that was going on there. It was really hard to parse together, and like honestly, anytime my mind sees like something with a large crowd of people and multiple people dead, I always think like it's a shooter because that's just kind of what we've been conditioned to. This was not that.
It was worse.
You could say that, I guess. Yeah, I mean, they're really just comparing two terrible things, so both of them are bad.
Terribler with a T.
Yeah. So approximately 50,000 people were in attendance at Astroworld. Over 300 people were treated at the on-site field hospital at the event throughout the day. The Houston Fire Department had 55 units to respond to the mass casualty event and respond in addition to what Astroworld already had on site. And this is a statement from the fire chief, Samuel Pena of Houston, I believe. So some preliminary facts. We had at least 8 confirmed fatalities tonight. We had scores of individuals that were injured at this event. We had an attendance of I already said that 50,000. We know approximately at 9 o'clock, the crowd began to compress towards the front of the stage, and that caused some panic, and it started causing some injuries. People began to fall out, become unconscious, and create additional panic. So basically, the crowd, it's called a crowd crush, but you could think a stampede. It's the same thing. they all push towards the front of the stage, and basically large groups of people like that, they work like bodies of water. Like, so if one person starts pushing, like you've seen like the wave in a crowd at a baseball stadium, it's the same thing with people walking forward or pushing forward. So people were just getting smashed because somebody, I don't know, 40 feet behind them decided to walk forward or something like that. And it ended with 8 people were confirmed dead out on Saturday morning, but I think now it's like up to 9 dead.
I know for sure it's up to 9 because they pronounced someone brain dead, but there's a couple other injuries that's like I don't understand how some people are supposed to survive those.
Okay, and so I guess the large discussion this week has sort of been how this happened, as it should be, because I mean, it's a horrific event that like you have people in scenarios that they can't escape from, and just kind of have to, I don't know, it's just really unimaginable. Like you fall down to the ground and you just get trampled to death by a crowd of people that can't do anything to stop it from happening because there's people behind them that are pushing them that can't stop it either. It's like it's
they can't even think about picking you up.
No, like it's no people are just powerlessly watching you die. Like it's incredibly sad. Like I believe a 9-year-old was the one that passed away like recently to make it number 9.
Oh no, it was a woman, but they did say that there was a 9-year-old that was like on his father's shoulders, and like they started to get crushed, so he fell off, and I think he's like super injured.
Bad ways. Yeah, okay.
I know one of the people that passed away is from out here, but they
from Western Washington.
They were reading off the list, and it was like 3 teenagers, 2 or 3 early teenagers, and like the oldest person was like 27. It's like
like a 15-year-old, 14-year-old, and obviously this 9-year-old now.
That is shitty, bro.
Yeah. So some background, I guess. I've actually done security at a festival before. It was a metal festival called Mayhem Fest at White River Amphitheater. So at that festival, this was my first time going to any type of rock concert. But I was introduced to one. I knew what a mosh pit was just because like that's popular culture, but I did not know what a wall of death was. Are you know what that is, Tyrell?
No, I've never heard that before. I can guess, I guess.
But you are familiar with the mosh pit, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so let's say you have a mosh pit. What'll happen for a wall of death to occur? Either the performers on stage or whoever is like kind of enforcing the mosh pit in the mosh pit, they'll call for everybody to like stop and just they'll split the crowd like the Red Sea, like Moses with the stick and all that, right?
Okay, yeah.
Crowd splits evenly, and the people that were in the mosh pit at a certain point, like usually the performer like sets it off like when the beat drops in the song or something like that. Everyone just rams together like some type of Lord of the Rings battlefield type shit.
Okay, yeah, I've seen that before. Okay, that's idiotic.
I saw multiple of those. I probably worked, I don't know, 6 different performers that day, including the main stage. I was at the front of that. And so you're kind of just like, I'm saying this to say like, there's a lot going on at things this size of people who are kind of have to be responsible for what's going on the floor. Eyes that have to be on that, ways people that are on the floor to get off the floor. We were constantly having people filter up to the front of the crowd. You pick them up and lift them over the bar and let them walk out to the side to go wherever they need to go. Yeah. You're looking in there to watch people falling down and stuff like that. And the point of all this is that like they were, I'm guessing from the pictures that we've seen from Astroworld that they were severely understaffed for what they had going on there.
Oh yeah.
It looked like it was super dark. They couldn't see into the crowd, which is like already wild dangerous. They probably didn't have enough security people on hand to handle this in the first place. But
they had an article from one of the security dudes. He said he got hired like days before, had never done security before. They didn't check an ID, and they were going to pay him on Cash App. So it was like, y'all were just asking folks in Houston, like, hey, you want to come work a concert?
That's normal, though, because that's how I got hired to do Mayhem Festival. Because, I don't have a security background.
Yeah, no, I don't have one either. I've done that too, but not for like a Astroworld type concert.
So let me tell you, like
50,000 people.
Yeah, so
you gotta go hire a company,
right? I the people who were at the show that like are big names, you probably know Korn, Rob Zombie. Have you ever heard of Five Finger Death Punch?
Yeah.
Atreyu, NoFX. Then there's more than that, but already those are like
but like big, big metal bands for sure.
Yeah, and like I'm
Okay,
telling
yeah,
the way that I got
that's
that
nuts.
gig was Cameron needed a ride out there. So he's like, "Hey, you want to
Yeah,
work it too?" He's like, "Sure." Like, and the
yeah, make
day
a
I
couple $100.
actually never got my paycheck from it, but it was an experience.
Head ass. Wow.
So
Okay, well, yeah, that's just. It just feels like, and obviously, I feel like in hindsight, that's where you hire the people who work like the Tacoma Dome concerts. That's there in the yellow jackets, like walking,
yep,
like you got a
I had a jacket.
team of people. Oh, they shouldn't have given you a jacket. I felt like he
No,
was too
but
official now.
that's the
No,
thing.
but
It's
yeah,
like I just think that
and
might just be the norm because it's like you have
yeah,
like
you just need
whatever it is,
bodies.
like Live Nation running this, and they
Yeah,
probably put out the same feelers and ads that got everybody hired for Mayhem
that's
Festival.
true.
They do it
That's
for something
true.
like Astroworld. You need a lot of
Dog,
people. You're not paying a bunch of money, but you just need bodies. Like
they were showing videos like the girl trying to get up on the stage or whatever, like to tell the cameraman, like, yo, you got to tell somebody, like people are down there
it's like,
dying.
yo, get off the camera.
Get off the goddamn stage. Yeah, them videos were nuts. That shit didn't. It was one of those like events that didn't seem real. Like watching Travis like humming and shit over people getting carried out the crowd. I was like, is this a joke? Am I being trolled, dog?
No, and like yeah, I guess like so. What has been your take on how things have gone like since then? Like just like with the response to how people are, let's say where people are putting the blame, whether it be Travis, Live Nation, the
I see people
venue.
primarily speaking saying it's on Travis, especially after the Houston police came out. Where like we told him before, like yo, your crowd's getting kind of out of hand. Like, and once you start performing, it's only going to get worse. So I've seen like I don't think I've really seen anybody blame anyone other than Travis, unless it's people who are like, okay, but you also need to blame like the venue or Live Nation or security or the police or like whatever. But yeah, I see most of it going on Travis. I don't I don't disagree, but it's like I couldn't have I can't I feel like you can't really expect in a crowd of 50,000 people, and like you said, you can't really see because it was hella dark. He got light shining up at him. It is kind of hard to
Mhm.
be like, yo, he should have seen that shit was going on. But like at one point there's like ambulances driving through the crowd and people are like jumping on those. So it's kind of like, okay, this seems like something is going wrong. And like just because like you don't hear gunshots, which is all what we thought it was, you're just like gonna continue going because it's not like because yeah, when we first seen it, you see 8 people dead, you think gunshots, and if you or a shooter, and if there's
Yep.
gunshots at a concert, shit's stopping and people are leaving. But since it's like isolated little pockets of people being crushed everywhere, I'm sure you can see those people are trying to like wave for help, and I don't know. It's a rough
And
situation to try
yeah,
to
it's
like
like
judge.
you. I feel like one. I feel like at a festival like this, especially Travis Scott, his music being what it is, like
Mhm.
you're probably gonna have people there indulging on substances, whatever the
Oh yeah,
substances may be. You're gonna have people probably didn't get enough water, probably
yep,
been going hella hard that day. That probably when it gets to that last show of the day, which Travis definitely is, might be passing out.
yeah, for sure.
So
Yeah,
I
just
think
naturally,
that's
yeah,
probably yeah, that's probably not like a foreign sight to him. First, security and medical people have to come into the crowds at his show. That's probably
yeah,
not like a foreign sight to him. Like
for
he's probably
sure.
used to that. So when does it click in his head that like this is more than that? Like it probably doesn't because like this is something he
I
feels all the time.
I feel like the ambulances would probably have to do it because they said there was like 7 or 8 of those like going through the crowd trying to
Okay,
get
no,
bodies and shit like
I
that.
just saw the one. I didn't know about that. I
Yeah,
saw the one with people jumping on top of it. I didn't know there was like 7 or 8
same.
going in. But
I
it's like
think
it's
some of them were like little like security carts that had lights on them, so they're probably a little shorter. Um,
okay.
but yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know at what point because I know he's like this is his shit is like having wild ass concerts. He's been arrested for this twice before for like crowds being unruly. So it's like he probably is like, yeah, this is literally what this always looks like. So if it's what it always looks like, you ain't really gonna know that people are dying. So
Yeah, that's
I
what I
don't,
feel like.
I don't know.
All the like Live Nation and whatever the actual venue is like. If you're going to accept an act like this, you kind of need to know what you need to have
Yep.
beforehand. And like,
hmm
if
And
you
that's
don't
yeah,
have
that's where
like,
it
you
comes to
can't,
security and shit is what I was kind of
yeah,
complaining about. Like you, it's wild that a rock band where it's like we know we're about to have this crazy ass wall of death slam into each other. We might want to get like a good security team because that like is
or
experienced
in
and
a
know what
good,
they're
let
doing.
me get a good medical tent too. Make sure that the
Yeah,
multiple of them. Make sure people got ways to get
exactly.
to
Because
all
yeah,
of them.
they were saying people were like getting dragged out of the crowd, not breathing, and they're like, "Is there a nurse?" Like they're asking for help. One girl was like, "I passed out. I got crowd surfed out of the crowd and woke up, but I'm a nurse, so when I woke up, I started like helping them work." But it's like They just did. It seems like they were either wildly understaffed, wildly. I don't know.
Or
Trav about to
we
get
know
sued
this
though. That nigga about to be paying.
Yeah, or I don't think he is. Honestly, I don't think he is.
I'd be shocked.
No,
He's already paying for funerals and shit.
Yeah, that's his choice though.
Like voluntarily,
you're saying about to be paying like legally.
I do think so.
To.
But yeah, what'd you hear?
They spoke about this on the Button podcast. In that, normally how these things work is that the artist will use an LLC to book the show. So the LLC will basically be representing the artist, and everything will go towards that. And since it's LLC, like nothing comes of it.
Sure. We gonna see. I'd be shocked if some of these people don't not sue an LLC. They sue him personally. I'd be shocked. 90 lawsuits they said have been filed already, and I know some of them they said had.
I don't know what else came on top of this. It's more than 90.
They said originally. I know Travis, Live Nation, and Drake were like listed as defendants on some of these. So like,
yep.
So I feel like something's got to come up. Something's going to come of it. But his response, like that weird ass video he recorded the day after in black and white. He like. Oh my god, it's been a meme all week because he's just like sitting there holding his head like, oh man, hell sad. It just looks hilarious and not very unserious. You might as well have given us the iOS press release.
I pride myself and think of myself as a man of faith. As there's a drive.
I don't know if I put this headset off again.
Will be a home run.
Dog, yeah, he's a joke. He is a very unserious person. I know.
There's been a lot of stuff coming up about just his character too. I guess like he has like a long history of being an asshole. Which
I've seen it on stage, and he looks like he'd be a dickhead.
Okay, yeah, people feel like he's like the worst person to work with you could imagine.
Dog, he kicked the. I remember he kicked the a cameraman off stage. He's like, "Hey man, get your nerdy ass off the stage." He's like, "Yeah, I work for Summer Jam. I work for Summer Jam." He's like, "You don't work for me, nigga. Get off the stage." I'm like, "Oh my god, this is fucking embarrassing." Yeah, but yeah, man, RIP to those people because God, I couldn't imagine you go to a concert and like, you just being trampled. Like, holy fuck, dude.
I don't like crowds, dog. I don't like
not
crowds.
At all. Not at 50K.
Like, a lot less. Yeah, 50, nah.
Oh, dude.
What's the biggest crowd you've been in? Probably like the biggest like crowd, like just people in not like a venue, like a building packed people where they weren't like next to you, but it's like the biggest crowd you think. Like where was it?
I mean, I guess at like a sporting event.
Sporting event.
Yeah, we went to the Michigan game, and that was 108,000 people. But yeah, that wasn't like, in like a general admission.
Orderly, yeah.
Like pit, much more. Yeah, if like the biggest like general admission concert, I can't even. A couple hundred people, maybe like 250 people at like Showbox or something, like at a Big Sean concert. And actually, at that Big Sean concert, they were like the crowd was the entire time was like doing that wave shit. So it was like not even people wanting to, but you're literally just like. You're moving this way, and then you're moving this way. And it's like you can't stop because somebody 18 people over is rocking, and nothing you can do about it.
That's
and that
crazy.
was uncomfortable. That was very uncomfortable because it was like, yo, now you can't even listen to the music because you're trying to make sure you stay on your feet and shit.
I think for me, the one that's popping in my mind the whole entire week has been walking into the gate of Gamescom for whatever reason. So it's like they basically had you like. We were underneath an overpass, and like you had to funnel through like these two tiny openings in this gate.
Oh, damn.
And that might have been like a couple thousand people, and it was sketch, but it was like right when the gates opened, so things were moving kind of quick, but it still was like
that shit is uncomfortable.
I don't know about this. Yeah,
like walking to the stadium for that Michigan game, you were definitely in big crowds of people, but it was like kind of staggered. Yeah. Like it would be a group of 6, and then like a group of 20, and then like so it's a lot of people, but everybody ain't like. Really all up on each other, which makes it.
There's no barriers like packing y'all in like that too, right? It's kind of like it was kind of a bit open. Okay,
walking into the stadium is almost like when you go to the fair and it's like, oh yeah, they just got big ass doors. You got to show somebody your pass and you keep walking. Not really like filtering. Yeah. You want to talk about this hostage video?
Yeah, man. Boy, we got a scenario on our hands, and I don't know if no one's like stepped in to solve it yet.
Help.
Currently, Kanye went to visit Jay Prince inside a chapel in Houston, and then Jay Prince had him read like this manuscript. What do you call it? A manifesto? Is that what this is?
I'm calling it a manifesto because that sounds nefarious, and this video is very nefarious.
Okay, so let me give you a quick little breakdown of what's happening in this video. So, Jay Prince standing, arms crossed up against the wall. Kanye standing next to him, wearing a hat and a t-shirt, which he's not dressed how Kanye has been dressed recently at all. So this already tells me he's uncomfortable. He's wearing stuff that he doesn't wear anymore. And I'll give you a taste of this audio.
Jay Prince. I'm making this video to address the ongoing back and forth between myself and Drake.
He's reading it off a phone.
Both me and Drake have taken shots at each other, and it's time to
not looking at the camera, reading off the phone entirely. So he didn't write this. This isn't him.
On stage, as a special guest, to share the 2 biggest albums of the year live in Los Angeles.
Dog, he don't even talk like this.
No.
Like when does Kanye ever sound somber and sad?
Prove to people everywhere how much more we can accomplish when we lay our pride to the side.
This is insane.
People make
Jay Prince gave him the beautiful at the end.
Dog, people make jokes about Jay Prince like not really being all that scary, and niggas be like acting like he's the boogeyman. That video kind of confirmed a lot of what I needed to see, because Kanye really was just like, it looks like isn't it in black and white too?
No, it's not.
Color? Okay, but like if Kanye was holding up a newspaper with the day's date on it, reading that same letter in that same manner, it'd be like, okay, yeah, that makes perfect sense. It looks like he's being held captive. He did not do that under like by will. When does Kanye ever write a letter?
When does Kanye not just go off the dome? Like, exactly, like Kanye's is flying off the cuff. Like this is not him.
Fuck no.
So the caption that Jay Prince tweeted this with, he said, "I met Kanye West. He's supposed to put last night in H-Town at the Rothko Chapel. It wasn't in my plans to meet him there, but I must say I'm glad I didn't allow a worship place for God to detour our meeting." There's more,
sir.
There will come a time in life where we should all embrace the movement thinking over the moment thinking. Moment thinking gets us stuck in the cycle of confusion, revenge, killings, and things of darkness that take you to a place worse than slavery.
Hey, yo.
Nobody was thinking about this.
What kind of caption is that? I didn't see the last part of that caption. What?
He kept on replying to like his own tweet with more stuff, so there's just like a lot here.
Oh my God. This will take us to a place much darker. Yeah, Jay Prince is everything people say he is, clearly. I believe it 100%. 100%.
It's just kind of wild. Because I've watched, like, we could talk about this too. I've watched like probably 4 hours of Kanye talking this week.
Yep.
He didn't sound like that.
Not at all. He sounded jolly, jovial, off the cuff, like you said.
The one
that sounded like Kanye from 2008, like right before he said George Bush doesn't care about black people. That was not the Kanye we know.
God. That did though.
Oh yeah, no, that's nuts. That's nuts.
Did you watch the part 2 then of Kanye today?
Of Drink Champs?
Yeah, part 2.
No, I haven't seen any of it. I just seen like clips and shit.
Oh my God, dog, he's hilarious.
I think I need to watch it because the clips I've seen are nuts.
Today on this one of the things that stood out to me, he came out and said like, I gotta admit something to everybody. I was posing as a backpack rapper. I grew up like a
that.
Like Tyler Cooley, I didn't listen to any of your shit.
What the fuck, dog? I don't believe that. I don't believe that.
I'm probably gonna see him soon. I'm gonna get jumped by a bunch of people wearing fitted hats from 10 years ago.
Dog, he said like, why would a backpack rapper wear a Louis backpack or some shit like that? I've seen people tweeting about. That's a funny nigga. He's sick in the head, but that's a funny nigga.
Yeah, you talked about that too. I think that was a good point. I mean, we discussed this a lot. I think with you see this elsewhere when it pertains to black men, but how we frequently will be labeled like insane or some mental health issue whenever something goes wrong with us, or whenever some situation pops up with us that causes more attention to us, and that's how we kind of get dismissed. He talked about that with himself. He was like, whenever I have an episode or something that pops up inside the media, people will just like bring up me getting diagnosed with bipolar and write me off for that or whatever. It's like, you keep writing me off, but like I'm 9 Billy up. So like, what else are you going to do after that? Like, now what? Like, what else is he going to do? And like, I was like, yeah, that's a good point. Like, people do just want to dismiss you with a crazy point. Like, but it ain't always that.
I mean, yeah, he's built enough of a following that there's enough people that dismiss him and then enough people that keep listening to his music and buying his shoes, which I don't not all of that obviously has to do with his character, but yeah, I don't know. I've been off him, so I can't really speak to much of that.
Yeah, you should definitely. I want you to give it a watch before you.
No, yeah, I planned on it.
I was where you are as well.
The clips are hilarious.
I gave up on Kanye after Pablo. I liked Pablo, and after that, I wasn't really messing with him because that's when he got on the heavy election push and stuff like that. But then I got back on Donda. I've completely honestly only listened to that album twice. I thought it was good, but it's just not something I'm going to go to.
There's a couple good songs on there that I'll listen to. I haven't listened to the whole album.
Or I listened
to it one time through. That shit is hard.
That shit is super hard.
That shit is hard. That song is hard.
Exactly. I would if that came like if he was on tour, I would try to see that though live because that's probably
fuck that. We went to the Pablo tour. We got 32 minutes. We got 32 minutes of Kanye on a platform, and then he started ranting and left the concert. He ran
you got a rant though. That's good.
We got a rant. We got a rant, but it was like, it was a Jay-Z type. Like it wasn't the Kill Your Friends one, but it was when he like had that string of concerts. I don't even remember what the rant was because it wasn't nothing like. He was just talking shit about Jay-Z for like 5 minutes. And I was like, I'm leaving.
That was a wild ass tour because I think that same tour is when Kim Kardashian's like hotel got broken into in Paris.
Yep, it was, and that was the one where he had like the floating platform and the crowds underneath him.
Jay-Z, don't send your shooters at me or whatever.
Yeah,
and then I remember like the Kardashians got into the mosh pit at one of the tours or whatever, but everyone said like they had like 40 security guards around.
Oh yeah. I know KD was in that bitch with no security, 4 feet taller than everybody else in the crowd.
I dare you.
He smack you from across the crowd. You try to crush him, it's a wrap.
I bet KD could like fight like 6 people peacefully.
It probably wouldn't take much effort.
6 normal people.
I don't know, man. Kristaps Porzingis did get worked out by like a 5'6" dude.
Well, he kind of not built the same.
Definitely not built.
Okay. Do you want to talk about Jeff Bezos facing the? Actually, we can. Let's get into this, man.
I don't even care to talk about it too much, but his bitch was choosy. Hey,
this is something like that could happen to any man, and this is just proof of it that there's 100%. Always somebody better.
Oh yeah, because if you think like, okay, Jeff Bezos. He 500 billionaire, like whatever, richest man on the planet,
whatever.
But his current girlfriend has never like went to bed thinking like, oh my god, Jeff Bezos so hot. She's just like, yeah, I got me a rich nigga. She's went to bed thinking about Leonardo DiCaprio. She's had a dream about him, or she's watched the movie and been uncomfortable in her seat. She's seen Leo and was like, oh my god, look at his eyes.
Leo got the talk. He probably used one of his impressions or some shit.
Oh my god. Hey, that's a nightmare. No. When Leo started walking away, she tried to chase him. If you haven't seen this video, you got to look it up because the way she like cocked her head all the way back and looked in like into his eyes, all dreamy and shit. Oh no, that would make me vomit. And then did you see what Jeff Bezos tweeted the next day?
He was like at some cliff or something like that, and he was like
a cliff that said "fatal fall." Hey, Leo, I got something to show you. Nah,
Jeff Bezos getting the weight though, man. He's trying to kind of get swole on Leo, but it might be his play, but that's kind of crazy, dog.
I feel like DiCaprio whooping his ass. That's terrifying to have to just because if Leo wasn't like if he wanted to, he can be like, hey, what are you doing later tonight? Not what are y'all doing later tonight? What are you doing later tonight? She would have been like, nothing. What are you doing? She could have been taken.
Yeah,
it was available. Oh my god!
It's never safe, dog. Someone's cologne always smells better than yours.
I made the mistake last Sunday. Me and Tony were talking about Myles Garrett, and I showed him and Amara the video of him hitting Mason Rudolph over the head with the helmet. She goes, "Oh my god, he's huge!" So I pulled up. I was just like, "Oh yeah, this is him." I pulled up a picture. He didn't have a shirt on, and she's like, "God damn!" I'm like, "No, we're leaving. We're leaving."
Yeah, no, you're not going to be I
think I talked about it on here. The worst thing possible when your girl don't watch no sports, but she start naming players.
I tell you.
Amara said something about Reggie Bush, and I'm like, what the fuck do you didn't watch football in 06? Why do you know who this is?
You started telling me about Cooper Kupp's yards per catch. I'm like, hold that on.
She said, Blake, did you see him on that dig route? Oh my god.
What the fuck you doing about a
Negro? She watching all 22 on your NFL Game Pass account.
Like, what the fuck? We're about to be a no football household. Keep talking.
Cap was right.
Yeah, man. Turning this shit
off.
God.
Fuck sports.
Okay. Here's a good one. So we talked about robocalls on here. I think, was it last week I asked you about it, or the week before?
Maybe. I know it was recently though.
Okay. This got bad, dog.
Oh God.
So this is out of Tampa, Florida. I read this from the Associated Press. Investigators are asking Uber for records as they investigate the theft of more than $700,000 from an 82-year-old Florida woman who apparently fell for a grandparent scam. Over the summer, the scammers convinced the woman that her granddaughter was in legal trouble and needed her help. They told her to make withdrawals from her bank and hand the money over to a courier, according to Kurt. Now I said Kurt records in the case. It's
Kurt records. You really from the South now? Kurt
no,
records.
I'm not.
Take that Crenshaw hoodie off. The fuck?
Wow. They convinced the woman to make 13 withdrawals from different branches of BB&T Bank, ending at $100,000 when she ran out of money, the newspaper reported. But basically, yeah, so they called her and said, your granddaughter's in trouble. We need money. And they sent an Uber driver to her house to pick up the money with somebody in the car. Trying to figure out who was in the car. But,
and they did, and she just did it. Yeah, here you go.
Like, why don't you call your granddaughter?
I was about to say, this shows how bad of a grandkid her granddaughter is. You didn't call your grandma. How long do you say? 7 months? Between April and August. That mean you didn't talk to Granny all summer? You let Granny get robbed. But I won't super fade it because because you would ask like, hey, what legal trouble are you in? I know with some of these scams, we'd be getting them coming into my job, and the people would be like, don't tell them that we asked you to do this. Just tell them you're getting a gift card for this reason or that reason. So I guess I could see them be like, hey, and make sure you don't mention this to your granddaughter or she'll be in trouble. And her just be like, okay. But also, grandma would probably be like, so how's the legal thing going at some point? That's crazy.
It's like, dog, we are the generation that grew up with the computer ads getting thrown in our face that like, click here, you won the grand prize or whatever, and we know not to click there. Like, ignore that, for sure. Right? Elderly people did not grow up with all this stuff. They probably never had to learn this stuff because they've been out of the workforce and out of technology for however long. And it's like they are getting preyed on something vicious. Like these phone calls about like we talked about the other week with your auto warranty thing or whatever it may be. Like they're the ones who were sitting there that answer their phone and like
all day
talk to people. Like, yeah, it's like, I don't know. It's pretty unfortunate. Like,
yeah, if you talk fast enough, you can convince some old people something. She has $700K to give away. Hey, I'm about to call. Her granddaughter. What's the scammer dude's name from Detroit or whatever?
Which one? Casher Quan?
Nah,
TJX6.
Him. I'm about to call him. But we about to find a granny because they just got $700K laying around. Hey.
He probably did this. He probably was in the Uber.
This was his record deal money.
Yep. My mom was talking to me about the show last week, the one that we did last week, and I watched whatever it was that TJX6 on. I watched that with her when she was here meeting Brentley for the first time, so she's gonna know exactly what we're talking about when I say that.
Oh boy! Oh god! Hey man, I'm not actually gonna try to rob anybody. I'm wholesome. All right, next story.
All right, the dislike button. We're getting out of here on YouTube.
Thank fucking God, dog.
Why do you feel that way?
Why is it there? Like, I feel like I watch so many, because I watch like Chargers recaps or like I watch Kind of Funny daily videos on there, and it's like, why does this video have 46 dislikes? Like, who came to the director's page who got 15,000 followers and only makes Chargers content? Who's coming to his page and disliking it? Like, those aren't giving you, I don't feel like, any like, I've never seen a video and be like, oh, this got 1 million dislikes. I'm not going to watch it. I'll watch it because it got 1 million dislikes. So it's like, that button isn't, I don't feel like really helping nobody. It's just saying like,
did it bother you that it was there?
No, I just always thought it was dumb because I always wonder whenever I'm watching a video, like, why does this movie review movie reviews are a bit more like impartial, whatever, but like just random videos that don't make sense why they got 100 dislikes because somebody was just like hitting the button or a robot clicked the button. Because who even takes the time to like or dislike? I can't think of how many videos I watched that don't have Candace Owens in them that I hit the dislike button on. I'll hit the like button. When are you hitting the dislike button? What video are you watching where you hit the dislike button?
Plenty.
Damn, you a hater like that?
No, it's just if content pops up that I didn't want recommended to me, I'll do that as well as I hit the recommend me.
I'm about to say, isn't there an option that's like do not recommend or something like that?
Yeah, there's that, but I mean, I'll also do it for other stuff. I mean, I don't do it all the time. Like I tend to just keep it pushing if I run something I don't like online, but I've used it before. I'm not gonna miss it at all though.
I wish you wouldn't have just told me your mom listens to this. Because I'd be thinking about like
act right.
I'd be thinking about the buttons on like Pornhub or X videos. Like, why is there a dislike button on this video?
She specifically brought up that she thought we were 4 wholesome boys that just play video games together. And I talked about porn last week, and she was just dismayed. I didn't reply to her anytime that she brought up the porn thing because I was like, "Mom, I don't know."
So I'm taking it she didn't listen to the episode called "Meat in Your Beat."
Do not go back.
But no, like, hey, I be thinking like, why is there a share button on X videos? That's how was it JB Brown from or TJ Brown or whatever that be on Sports Center with Chris Berman was tweeting porn links. Like, why do you have a share button? Because he was just like in his freaky bag he was trying to swipe out to the next video and hit share. Why do you have that? I'm sorry, this has nothing to do with the like or dislike button. But like, why is there a dislike button on Pornhub?
Why are you? Oh my
and some of the videos be having hella dislikes.
You link these accounts.
Like, yo, like, okay, so you Google
your Twitter.
you search thick MILFs and then you watch 3 minutes of one video, like, this wasn't thick enough. Dislike, I'm out of here.
No. This is a banger. Hold on.
Yeah. Oh, come on, fam. You got one hand free and you still have the sense of mind to hit dislike. That is ill.
I gotta share this with the boys.
Yeah, no, get rid of the dislike button. Get rid of the dislike button. Happy to see it go.
Only reason I say to keep it is if like you take that do not recommend videos like this feature. If you implement that into the dislike button to keep it around, because it's just one less thing you have to click. But other than that, I mean, there's no reason to display it to the public.
I'm about to say maybe we don't need to see how many likes or dislike a video has.
Yeah, I think that's what's going on now. It's like the button is still there, the number's just not shown to the public.
Makes sense.
It won't be a hate party no more.
Yeah, it's like on Netflix. They removed the rating or whatever, and now it's just like, did you like it or did you not like it? Move on.
So I can give you some theories as to why people think the button got pulled, though.
Racism. Is you about to tell me some stat like black people have the most disliked videos ever on YouTube?
Brother, this is not the type of podcast we don't got to have analytics. But
damn, well, I'll have them next week. I'm about to talk to Lamar.
All the videos that like Joe Biden puts up get bombed, so people thought it was because of that.
Well, I mean, YouTube I do dislike those videos.
YouTube claimed it was for the mental health of their creators, which also I could understand that because like we don't, admittedly, to get a ton of views on our YouTube videos, mostly due to our fault. Actually, overwhelmingly due to our fault for not uploading regularly. But if like we had like no likes and like 3 dislikes, I'm like, yo, what the
exactly? Fuck? Who needs the dislike button? That means somebody came and saw this, like, man, fuck these niggas. Boop. Like, no, just back like, out.
We are not hard to reach.
Yeah. Yeah, I see the dislike. I only got 2 of them. I'm about to go try to figure out who it was.
Exactly. It was like the fade's available on the West Coast or the East Coast.
Yeah. Do you have something you'd like to say to me? Nah. Yeah, fuck the dislike button. And I'm about to email X videos and ask why that button's there.
Okay. You said something about yourself there, but I'm going to leave it alone. Not delving into that because we are 4 boys that play video games. And okay, this is out of hold on. So you have the thing open. Do you before I say this, do you want me to read all these stories?
I don't care about the naked man. I don't think.
Okay.
Sometimes this should be funnier than I would imagine. So I don't know. I don't care.
Yeah, I think that's kind of, after looking at it, it's kind of a bit worse than, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't give a fuck about Casanova. I wish Jamal
I
was
had
here
this
to
on here
talk about
before
Casanova.
Jamal. That's why I was on
Okay.
here. Did you watch the video on the one after that?
Nah, the outburst. No.
Okay.
Is it crazy? Is she
It
choking
is.
a girl? I'm about to watch it. Talk about it.
Okay, so this is out of Los Angeles, I believe. Yeah, it is. Corey Benjamin used to play for the Chicago Bulls. He was a first round draft pick, basketball. His daughter was playing in like some type of rec league, and basically she went up to shoot a three. Some girl was like kind of in her landing place, so she kind of fell when she came back down. It seemed like the girl might have said something to her, but not like, you don't know what was going on. They're 15 years old. Put that in context. And his daughter just like throws a haymaker and knocks this poor girl out. It's pretty bad, but it turns out this wasn't the first time she's done this either.
Oh wow! How's she still in the league?
I have no idea. But the other video that I saw of this, she fought two girls at once.
Damn!
And she's kind of a big 15-year-old.
I was about to say she kind of looked like Zach Randolph's daughter, who's like 11, but it like nothing.
I think she's a bit more composed than that. Oh. You all know what that dun 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 is. It's on TMZ.
TMZ be having everything. Who needed this video?
I don't know, and it's not even shot in like great quality either.
Not at all.
Honestly, one of the more wild scenes I've seen from a player in a youth like basketball league. I've seen wild things happen with like fans and coaches and parents and all that. But yeah, player to player, like that was absolutely insane. Like she like put everything she had into that punch and hit this girl in the face.
Well, speaking of NBA fights, oh man, okay. I know you. You got it on. No, kids don't fight, but I kind of like watching kids fight.
That's cool. Push on,
dog. I feel like Nikola Jokic is beating up most of the NBA, like a good chunk of the NBA.
The story they said about his dad being like what 7'3", 400 pounds.
7 foot. Like that? No, that's Nurkic's dad. Jokic's dad is just big. Nurkic's dad is the cop, the 400-pound cop. Jokic's dad is just a motherfucker who makes big ass children because he has two other brothers who are like both almost 7 feet tall. Doug, what was it? Markieff Morris? It was Markieff Morris, right?
The wrong Morris.
Doug, I've seen both of the Morris twins like bump into either Jokic now or Boogie, and they don't be moving people. Like they're big dudes to not be moving people. He did all that to Jokic, and Jokic's like, oh, okay, now I'm about to throw you across the court. I feel like Jokic is fucking up most people in the league, just off of like want to and size alone.
Yeah, it was like I could walk off what you just did to me, but I'm not gonna let that go just off like GP. Like you're getting this.
Nah. Hey, I'm kind of starting to the Morris twins. I know they kind of been about that action off the court, which I guess I shouldn't expect them to be about that action too much on the court because don't nobody fight in the NBA. But they kind of be like they don't really be punking people like it. Like they'll do something. People are like, no, not about to happen. Like they did the same shit to Boogie, or maybe they just pick bad fights. Like it always.
I feel like their purpose might be to draw a tech out the other side. Which they're probably doing just fine doing that.
That works. I know there was a story about they jumped their mom's boyfriend because they found out he hit her, so they hopped in the Phantom.
I just learned about that on Bomani this week. I didn't know about that. That was crazy.
Hey, NBA players are terrifying too because being around somebody that's 6'9" is like kind of uncomfortable. Like just being around people that tall. Imagine 2 6'9" dudes like, yeah, we about to whoop your ass real quick.
No, talk about that though, because like Bomani was saying like. They got acquitted in that, and he was like, I don't know how many 6'9" twins there are with Rolls-Royce Phantoms in Scottsdale, Arizona. But
bruh, they got acquitted because they probably were like, hey, look, the text message like he really smacked my mom in the face, and we got money. So their lawyer was probably like, yeah, they were provoked. It makes sense. My gosh. Yeah, no, them brothers is different, but the Jokic, like I'm sure most people in the NBA don't want to fight a Morris twin. I know everybody in the NBA does not want to fight a Jokic brother because the Jokic brothers are terrifying.
Let alone you get all three, and I guess they bought like tickets to the next game they have against the Heat in Miami too.
And they be sitting because they be at a lot of. I know they be at all the Denver games, but they be a lot of road
right
games,
there,
and they be like right there. They are right there. And they don't seem like they for sure seem like the type of dudes who are like, nah, we'll run on the court. Like we don't mind. running on the court.
I don't think they enjoy basketball, truthfully.
I know one of them played basketball in like Detroit, which is nuts, but I'm sure they don't care about basketball.
You seen the clip?
I've heard he was enrolled at a basketball school in Detroit.
He might have been a 50 boy.
Slava went to the
And I'm caught up.
Are you caught up?
I watched episode 6 right before I got on here.
You playing? I can't stand the rain. We'll talk about that later.
Fit it in though. Make sure we talk about that.
Oh, we will for sure. I guess we do we have any other NBA stuff we want to talk about? That was really the only thing I want to talk about.
That's the last thing I got on here. Actually, for me, I got the odds for the NFL awards, but that can go into what you're talking about, so you can handle that.
Yeah. Hey, Seattle always putting on. I'm gonna say Western Washington or I-5, whatever. Paolo Blanco or whatever from Duke, looking fucking nice. They got him ranked as like the number 1 draft pick supposed to be coming out from Seattle.
He's nice.
Ooh, he different. He's different. Okay. It don't make. He's one of those like, hey, like why is he's listed at 6'8", 250, but like
he's just in college because he has to be in college.
He very much in college because he has to be. Because they were showing highlights from that Duke game, and I'm like, wait, he's like this? Because I've heard the name, I've like seen little clips, and it's like, okay, he's always dunking, but it's like, oh, he's not just always dunking. He's like Euro step dunking off the glass with English, like can shoot. He about to be a problem. Hey man, Washington the Mecca for hoop, bro.
I know Imani Bates is in college this year too. That surprised me because I had been hearing his name for years, but he's actually playing
this class. Jalen Duren, Chet Holmgren is at Gonzaga.
Wow, Chet Holmgren's in college too. Damn, this is going to be a class.
Ooh, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Knicks might need to tank it. We might need one more.
It looks like y'all trying to tank.
You too, bud.
Yeah, LeBron James has bad fashion in his tummy.
Y'all roster costs a bit more than ours too.
Hey, and we could have had Caruso on and decided not to for some reason because we're fucking.
He out there looking great, throwing passes to diving for balls to throw to Levine for him to do 360 dunks in the game.
Caruso and Lonzo look so good.
Yeah,
hey,
shout out to
Bulls look fucking nice.
Buddy sent me a Bulls emoji yesterday. I don't reply to him because I felt like that was threatening.
Disrespectful.
I looked at the schedule like we don't even play anything like that. He just doing this to me to taunt me. Like this is fucked up. I'm not responding to you.
Fuck off, bud. But yeah, man, that the NBA season has been interesting so far. But that fight, I think, has probably been the most interesting. There's been some interesting players on shit teams. It's just been interesting from like I feel like there's. I'm gonna steal it from one of our old favorite podcasts. A lot of good players in the NBA. I hate to say. There's been a lot of good players this year. A lot of the young guys are fucking cooking. Ja looks good. Cole Anthony looks good. Both the young boys in Houston, Jalen Green and Kevin Porter Jr., another Seattle product. Both look very good.
Is there a team with Houston. A player? Like, is there a team that doesn't have a player you want to see?
Utah.
Really? Yeah. No, you don't see Donovan Mitchell? You don't like his game?
I'm over it. There's just like 5 other players that do him better than him. In the playoffs, he is very entertaining to watch. It's just like, I'm never turning them on.
Okay.
I'm sure if I think about it, there would be.
Is there somebody you want to see on Cleveland?
Evan Mobley. I really like Jared Allen. I've always liked his game. So like, that's not somebody I'm really like turning on the TV to check out. But yeah, I fuck with Jared Allen. Evan Mobley's been a little fun to watch the little bit that I've caught of him.
Let me give it this perspective. Like if let's say that there was a team in Seattle and you were looking at tickets to go see a game, and this team was the other team, would that be enough for you to go to the game?
Utah, I think I want to say the Kings, but I fuck with De'Aaron Fox heavy, so I'd probably go just to see him. So yeah, I feel like there's a player on just about every team that I would like, other than like I really don't care about going to see Utah. That's
really crazy.
I'm sure there is one that I'm not thinking of. If I had a list of
the tower at least once, man.
Like the Pacers, I don't care about like Sabonis or like LeVert. Like I don't care about the Pacers.
LeVert's a bucket.
Detroit, like Cade ain't look good enough for me to want to go see.
Hell no.
So I don't want to go see them. He is having like an awful start.
Yeah, no, it's going. I'm gonna need to see Cade on his next team.
so in 7 years, yes, okay.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna be there when he'll be like probably a 76 on 2K at that point.
That is the worst part about fucking bad NBA teams is like you're gonna get this player for at minimum like 6 or 7 years.
They ruin players.
And there do be players that come out and it's like, wow, he was this good for this long. Oh, the Raptors. I don't want to see nobody from the Raptors, but they do got Malachi Flynn and Tacoma.
Hold on. There's no way you're saying that, and you've seen Fred VanVleet play recently.
I've seen yeah, I'm good. It's not like I gotta go see them play. He's been hooping, but I don't gotta go see that.
Bucket. Fred VanVleet's a bucket.
There's 30 teams. There's a lot of buckets.
Ball from KD going end to end.
Okay, yeah, still not going to see it. Sorry, defense don't sell tickets, but
all right.
San Antonio doesn't have anybody I'd want to see.
No, I'm skipping that. Devontae Murray. I know you back in the crib if it was in Seattle, but hey, I'm gonna catch you at Nate's Waffles, bud.
This team stinks, but OKC, fuck OKC for one. SGA is definitely like if SGA is in my city, I got to go see him play. That motherfucker's
I can't wait to see him on his next team.
Oh my god, he was playing the Lakers, and he pretty much beat the Lakers twice. This motherfucker crossed half court, took 2 steps, and looked and was like, "Yeah, I'm taking this." To tie the game with time. Oh, I love a player with spice. The Pacers. There's only like 3 or 4 teams that I wouldn't want to see.
It's changed.
The Pelicans.
I know we're going to get NFL right after this.
Yep.
Can we talk about the Kobe shortage?
Oh man, fuck Nike for that, man. Yeah.
Are you hurting right
now? I've been hurting since first off. RIP. I've been hurting since the day he died. The day he died, his shoes immediately became like you got a better chance getting Off-Whites. You got a better chance getting like Yeezys. Like, dog, I had last Christmas when the Grinches came out. I shit you not, I had my phone, Amara's phone, my iPad, and a computer open on Dick's and Sneakers app trying to get the Grinches. Didn't get them.
Hey, yo, Paul. Yo.
Damn. Come on, man. Why is Dick's Sporting Goods named that? What am I supposed to say?
Because I guess Richards didn't sell as well. You got to buy more letters on the side.
I had Richards.com open trying to get them Grinches. And one of my coworkers texted me like, "Oh yeah, I woke up at like 6:57 this morning and logged on and I got a pair." I think I'm gonna knock your fucking block off, bitch.
I never, you never think about like them big ass NBA sizes, like size 15s and shit like that. Like,
it's crazy to think NBA players are hurting because NBA players, it'd be like they can go in the vault and get like whatever they want, but obviously they can't now.
Get any more printed. Yeah. That's the issue. So like
DeRozan said, if you weren't on them heavy, you ain't getting them.
No, that story I got on here, I guess. The Thunder like equipment manager was like cleaning out their warehouse or some shit like their storage in their warehouse, and he got to like the back of it and he found like 8 boxes, like all the right size for Josh Giddey that were left there from when Derek Fisher played there last time.
Holy Kobe shit! 8s.
Yeah,
wow. What the fuck?
And Josh Giddey stopped whatever he's doing and drove straight to the facility to pick him up.
Oh yeah, I got 8 pair of Kobe's for you. Oh yeah. I'm on my way. My way.
It's just wild, dog. Like, because I don't know how long ago Vanessa put the kibosh in. I think it was like this past summer, but it was this summer. Now.
Yeah, I guess they're back in talks with her to like get it popping again because they probably are like, we're losing a lot of fucking money. Because like like Jamal talks about all the time, you used to be able to like walk in a store like weeks, months after Kobe's came out and just pick up whatever pair you wanted. Like the day he died, it was like, yeah, you can't get a shirt, a wristband, a T-shirt, let alone a shoe.
Let's say that they come up to they agree to some type of number or whatever, and they get the rights to start making the shoes again or whatever. It's not going to go back to how it was. Like, not because of just the how it is now because Kobe passed, but Nike would be stupid to make them sit on shelves the way that they were before to make that much.
Well, I know Vanessa's big thing was like before Kobe died, he was upset that like his shoes were starting to sell out faster. So one of her biggest things in the like negotiation with them was like, I don't want it to be impossible for his fans to get his shoes. Everybody should be able to get a pair.
Okay, obviously, so some people.
Yeah, but I don't know like what number do you look at where it's like everybody gets a pair, right? Because you don't want them sitting on the shelves forever, but
that's somebody's degree. I can't answer.
Yeah, somebody at Nike probably know like, okay, we have this many attempts on every single shoe. Here's how many shoes we need to make.
And they got to get them to hit.
Yeah, they need to figure something out. And I personally think that should be the case with all the shoes. Because now there's too many people that either are into shoes or into reselling that like you can't really get shit that you can't get a pair of like regular ones when they drop on like a Friday morning.
You know, I don't understand like from Nike's perspective, like why. I mean, I guess it is sort of like free advertising to have people like talking about the shoes and hounding for them the way that they are, and not have them just like be available at your local Foot Action or whatever. But at the same time, it's like they don't make money from the resale market. So why are you setting up people to basically buy something hit? As I say that as I have like Travis Scott's swim shorts sitting in my closet unopened because I plan to put Brinley through college with him one day. But
they do make money off the resale game though. You remember the Nike lady's son was running the account off her credit card. She was paying off college.
Justin Herbert's cousin.
Anyway, NFL odds for awards. That's crazy. It's crazy. Let's go ahead and run through those. Don't talk about Justin Herbert like that, Doug.
The last name was Herbert, and they're from Portland, Oregon, where he's from, or whatever Oregon, wherever or Eugene.
Yeah, so Josh Allen's the favorite right now. It's crazy.
Yeah. MVP, yeah.
That's crazy.
But so I pulled this up because I was watching something on the NFL Network, and they were talking about these, and these don't match up to what they have. But I was looking, and this is like all I could have that had all the awards. Like I could find just MVP, but not all of them. So
sure,
take that for
these
what you will.
Provided by BetMGM. That's not like a small like.
It's not. It's So I don't know what the NFL people had. But right now, it's top five.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you.
I was asking. You don't agree with the order that they have in it right now?
It's not that I don't agree with it. It's that when they got to the NFL Offensive Player of the Year thing, I think. Well, so it could still be true. Lamar Jackson was tied with Josh Allen on Offensive Player of the Year, which he still could be because they have two ties at the same number. But so either way, for MVP right now, the favorite is Josh Allen. I think they have the top four for this, and this is in order. So it goes Josh Allen, Tom Brady, Kyler Murray, Matthew Stafford. Those are the top four for the MVP as it stands right now.
Tom Brady and Josh Allen are both tied at plus 350. So
both tied. So actually, those are both. Yeah, they're both first place. Which I feel like it's what Josh Allen don't have one, so maybe does that factor in the NFL? Do they do that kind of narrative thing? Like get the guy this first one?
Kinda, but with Tom, I feel like they could just be like, let's just keep giving Tom as many as we can until we can't.
Yeah, no, I could see them giving Tom that if he was competing with somebody for legacy, but he's by himself now. So
I think Tom has been better than Josh Allen this year. And I fuck with Josh Allen, but I think Tom's played better.
Yeah, Tom's been incredible. This is absurd. Absolutely absurd that he's still this good.
It really is. Looking at Josh's stats, he obviously balling, that's why he's the favorite. But it doesn't look like or feel like it did last year where I think he had a better case to win it.
And I think it's because last year what we were comparing him to wasn't as impressive,
For sure. He set his own bar. But this year he has 2,200 yards, 17 touchdowns passing, 5 picks. I think he might have 1 or 2 rushing touchdowns as compared to 11 last year or some stupid shit like that. Yeah.
I would like to see Stafford get that award, but I don't think he has a chance with this group. Because
Stafford would like to see Stafford get that award because he could wash some funk off him if he wins a fucking MVP.
I don't think there's not a brush big enough to wash that Lions funk off him. He could win 3 bowls here in LA, but
no, I don't think so. I think if he has 2-3 good seasons,
decade of single win seasons,
people are going to be like, see, it was the Lions. If he was on a good team this whole time, look what happened.
No, but the funk is still on you at that point because you still have those L's.
Yeah, but I think people they would look at his numbers and be like, "Oh yeah." I don't know. I think we wouldn't have to hear about him being 9-49 against teams with the winning record, which he still doesn't.
Jamal, dog, that's his shit.
Dog, 9-49 is insane, dog. I know it's. Hey, Bomani talked about that on his pod too. Like quarterback wins. I'm not even really a huge fan of quarterback wins. That don't really tell you nothing. 9-49 though.
I'm not either. Unless you can make fun of somebody with them.
Oh man, and this is it. Where they got Lamar? They got Lamar at plus 1,100. Hey, I kind of like that. We were talking about on our lost episode. I kind of like Lamar to win MVP, even though they did fuck around and lose to Miami yesterday. he's done more with less than anybody I could think of recently. Because if you looked at that,
he might be out for that Miami loss though.
Possibly, but Josh Allen just lost to fucking Jacksonville last week.
He lost to Jacksonville, so it might be Tom Brady by himself.
It might be. We'll see how this works out. I know they got Aaron Rodgers above Lamar. I don't think he has a chance. I don't think Dak has a chance.
You can't tell me you're giving Kyler Murray a word after you've seen Colt McCoy run the same offense just as good.
Yeah, I don't think so. And Kyler's might miss this game, so he's going to miss at least one game, but maybe two.
He's out.
If everybody else who has been extremely healthy this season at quarterback, it seems like, other than
Brady.
Other than COVID, man, Rodgers, ain't nobody really missing no games. I could see Tom winning it, especially if they run off 9 more wins and he keeps looking like the best quarterback in the league, which, like you said, it's unfair.
Yeah. The MLK of Green Bay might get this shit.
Fuck that guy, dude. He eat a dick. Hey, I think this offensive player of the year, and the odds reflected, they got Cooper Kupp at plus 120.
Running away with the shit.
And then Kyler Murray second at plus 1,400. So yeah, Cooper's gonna win this award unless something bad happens to him. Also from the crib. But yeah,
where's he from?
I think he's from Yakima.
Oh, you can't say it's the crib.
It's the state.
That's more so my crib than your crib. I've collected paychecks in Yakima. What you done out there?
I don't claim the Eastern Washington for nothing ever unless it has something positive, and they don't really have nothing positive.
Okay.
You know who I'd like to see higher on offensive player of the year? Jonathan Taylor. They got him at plus 2,000. That motherfucker is nice.
I think he's the best running back in the league behind the line of scrimmage.
Got a point. It's hard to say otherwise. They do got a good ass offensive line, which is helpful.
Yeah, but when it comes to picking a place to run through, I don't see anybody set it up as good as him. That man's
he ain't no Trent Richardson. He is nice. Yeah, I would take him above Kyler right now. Kyler, I feel like, has been okay, but he had 3 bad weeks in a row recently. And then Colt McCoy came in.
Going on either.
Devontae Adams, I couldn't see it. Yeah, I feel like it should be Cooper Kupp and then Jonathan Taylor. Jonathan Taylor's been balling. Yeah, you lost Derrick Henry in the league. Somebody put in our other group chat was like, this motherfucker lost Derrick Henry and got Derrick Henry Jr.
It ain't been enough, dog. Last week I lost by 2 points in your league, and my kicker was on a bye.
Yeah, I was. Yeah,
all the Tyrell Swift that are eating off my downfall right now. Just know I'm coming for that ass. Don't think you're about to win this league. Don't think you're about to win this goddamn league, dog.
You literally lost by a catch too, because he was down by 0.3 and was like, I'm really about to lose by less than a point. And then I think it wasn't CeeDee Lamb. Whoever had somebody on Monday it was Deontay Johnson had one extra catch for 4 yards. You hate to see it. Let's see. Do you have any strong opinions? You think it's Cooper Kupp too, right, for Offensive Player of the Year?
I do, yeah.
All right, for Defensive Player of the Year, they got Myles Garrett at plus 300, TJ Watt at plus 350. I have no opinion on
this. This is impossible to track.
I feel like it's probably Myles Garrett. Aaron Donald's just the boogeyman though. I feel like he'll have one game where it's oh yeah, Aaron Donald had 4 sacks today. And it's yeah, okay, well.
I feel like Aaron Donald gets put in here by people like me who aren't going to look up the stats of what to vote for on this. Aaron Donald's the best. He has to be. In this.
Whenever they talk about Aaron Donald's stats too, it'll be oh yeah, Aaron Donald has 4 sacks this year, but he has 97 quarterback hurries. His win rate on double teams is 113%. And it's okay, the count stats aren't there, but you're telling me that nobody in the NFL can block him. Kind of makes you. TJ Watt's been a machine too, though. He's different, for real.
Yeah, shout out to AFC North quarterbacks who have to see both of them that aren't AFC quarterbacks that aren't on the Browns or Steelers. Good Lord.
We've played Myles Garrett, and Rashawn Slater had him on fucking L's, and we got to play the Steelers not this week, but the next week. Hey,
that's dope.
And this goes right into my next one. NFL Offensive Rookie of the Year odds, and I'm sure my boy has no chance of winning it. Let me see where he's at. They got Rashawn Slater at plus 6,600 because they're never going to give it to a lineman.
Oh,
Doug, he's given up, I think, 1 sack in the last 5 weeks or something like that, and he's gone against Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons kind of got him a little bit. Chase Young, Myles Garrett. He's had like two other ones. Max Crosby, when Max Crosby was getting his like defensive player of the year talking for 3 weeks in a row, he shut that shit down. He's been putting shit on L's. I know they're never going to give it to a lineman, but hey, we got a
PFF Offensive Rookie of the Year award for that to happen. Not saying he's not deserving, because I've heard the same thing that you're saying right now about like how impactful he's been, but it's just never gonna happen. Like defensive player of the year is always going to go to a pass rusher or probably an inside linebacker. It's impossible. You can't win that in another position. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, nobody's gonna vote for it. This is the most lopsided one. They got Jamar Chase at minus 145. They're like, yeah, he's gonna win it, which he should, but he's gonna win it.
Oh yeah.
Najee Harris has been really solid too. I can't wait for him to have a real quarterback.
I looked up that game that Jamal was talking about the other week on here. It was 19 targets. He had like 13 catches too.
And that was week 1, right? Or week 2 or something like that.
It was like week 2 or week 3. One of the two.
Yeah, that's God save that man.
Justin Fields. Well, I don't want to jump ahead. Never mind. Keep going.
Oh, I wasn't reading no more of them odds. You go ahead.
Nope. I was going to give him a compliment, but we can talk about it later.
Yeah, all right. Every time I try to click on some of these get complete year, rookie of the year odds, like I click defensive one, it just keeps going back to offensive. So I can't read the full odds for defensive for you.
That's a broken link.
Shout out to you, Vegas Insider. Well, yeah, they got Micah Parsons minus 130, which sounds right. Patrick Surtain has been really balling too. They got him at plus 1,200. Comeback player of the year. Go ahead.
I've had them a few weeks in fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard of Azeez Ojulari. That's a new person to me.
Played for the Giants. It makes sense.
Yeah.
And Jason Oweh, it wasn't that the dude that also played at Penn State with Micah Parsons that ran like the 4.3 at linebacker?
Yep, but both of them went down to the combine and tore it up.
It's so crazy that whenever you see like the DK Metcalf, AJ Brown are like these two good ass linebackers, where it's like, how did y'all collude to get together or something?
And look at Micah, what's his name? Trayvon Diggs isn't on here, but
he's not a rookie.
Look at Dallas having 2 players for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they got Trayvon Diggs is plus 1,000 for rookie or defensive player of the year altogether. He's in his second year. So, they could have the rookie of the year and the defensive player of the year potentially.
That's crazy. He's not on defensive rookie of the year odds, though.
He's not a rookie.
Trayvon Diggs isn't?
Nah, this is his second year.
I guess that makes sense how come they gave him so much love with Hard Knocks.
Yeah, this is his second year.
He's kind of established on there.
And his kid being hella funny.
Yeah, why was his kid just meeting Dak and this is year 2?
I think it was probably because COVID year and then him breaking his leg. They probably couldn't have like family and stuff.
It's Texas, dog. There was no COVID year.
I don't know. You're right. I don't know now that you mention it. It was hella funny when his kid was like, "Are you Patrick Mahomes?" Like, no, I don't sound like him.
I didn't get ketchup on my ice cream today, so no.
Yuck. They got Dak Prescott at minus 500 for comeback player of the year.
Awards no one gives a damn about.
Hey, no, because Derwin James is plus 2,200. That's a potential dub for me. No, you're good. You're good. Let me see. And then coach of the year. And they don't. So, Sean McVay.
Let me know if you want me to hit this music or not, because, I mean, we risk getting flagged, but like I just said earlier, if we get flagged, who cares?
Yeah, I mean, what, they going to take us off YouTube? 3 people won't see it?
All right, you heard it here first, folks.
What's the music? Oh. Welcome to the NFL. The NFL corner. Yeah.
Boys.
Hey, you know what's funny? Cut. It's funny that Jamal is. I think he's missed every Jags win podcast. Wasn't he off the last one after they won? I could be wrong. That
might be his thing. You might just need to keep missing him because it's good luck.
Dickhead. Well, yeah. Okay, so just since you guys didn't get our episode from last week, I just wanted to touch on our teams, how they did last week. So the Jags won, beat the Bills in a absolute snoozer of a 9-6 game.
That nobody saw coming.
Nobody saw coming. I think the spread on that game was 15, and I would have banged the over on that because the Jags stink. Yeah. Me. So Tonio came up here last week, and then him, and Jamal, and Devontae went up to the casino because they got their like sports book up now, and they got They got like 23 TVs in there, all the different games on shit. Yeah. And we had our own little section or whatever that nobody's sitting in. So we were like, had like 8 TVs directly in front of us. The only reason we got it was because when you first walk in, they had hella reserved seats in like the main section where the big TV's at. So like, okay, we'll go over here in the corner, but you get 8 TVs by yourself. So like, cool, we got a big ass section to ourselves. But they had the Jags game on like the far right TV, and we're not watching it because we're like looking at the Cowboys getting smoked and like whatever other. I think the Ravens game was in front of us or whatever, and you just keep looking over, and it's like, oh damn, it's 3-3. That's weird. Oh, 3 minutes left. It's in the third quarter. It's 3-6. Oh, okay, 6-9. Oh, what the fuck? How did this happen? That was a very nasty looking win that no one saw coming and no one wanted to see. For sure.
I wish I could have been there to see Jamal celebrate that Jags upset.
He was shocked.
Sure knowing him, he might have been like hella low key with it. He wasn't giving up the way he's supposed to give it up.
Nah, you know him. Yeah, he was very much like, what the man? How the fuck did we beat this? This makes no sense. The Chargers got a win. That was refreshing. We invited my boy Anthony up there, who's also an Eagles fan. And there was some Eagles fans sitting behind us, so it turned into a little Eagles section for a minute. That game was very close. It ended up being 27-24. We went on a semi walk-off field goal. Justin Herbert pulled the meat out on him. He went 32 for 38, 3 touchdowns, no picks. Oh, he went crazy. Jalen Hurts, yeah, looked all right. He was running all over us. Our run defense is cheeks. We were getting chewed up by Jordan Howard, dog. But that was
he been on witness protection too.
Facts, yeah. But yeah, that was a good little win. And then the game that they had right in front of us, and it was hella funny. They had the Saints Falcons game on in front of us, and there was these two people that.
Hold on. I got to give a shout out to I'm gonna say his name right now. Olamide Zacchaeus.
Oh my God, the receiver
from the Falcons.
Oh my God,
that boy nice. I had him on my dynasty team. He carried me to a dub last week. I'm not even mad he did the Saints that way.
What do you have? 2 touchdowns?
He did work last week. I'm pretty sure Matt Ryan looked for him every single time was in the end zone. Basically every single time down the field he looked for him.
Yeah, that's that Calvin Ridley effect. He's like, who do I throw the ball to? But yeah, there was these people sitting behind us that from their accent you could tell they were from New Orleans, and they got there. We both got there at 10 a.m. So they sat right behind us. No, they were gone. I think the game was like, because y'all were down big for a second and ended up like coming back. They bounced so early. They were like, no, we're not doing this. We're going home.
We got tutored up. That's what it is with this year's Saints teams, dog. Like we beat teams that we're not supposed to beat and lose the teams that we're supposed to beat.
Yep. I don't know who you guys play. Oh, I do have it in my thing later. We'll talk about, but yeah, we can go into week 10 before we start talking about next week.
Let's get it on.
Did you watch any of?
I cut 2 Kanye sound bites that I thought I was going to get a chance to use, and I don't know if they'll pop up during this. I just want to make sure they get played.
So you don't want to save them for a different time? Okay,
never mind. Okay.
Yeah, because when it hits perfectly, you'll feel even better about it than if you use it right now.
Look, because this is why.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm getting cooked.
That's why I brought that
up. I ain't gonna lie, I am getting cooked. Doug, so did you watch that Baltimore Miami game last night?
No, I don't watch Thursday Night Football. I wrote off Thursday Night Football when we were doing picks because it was Thursday Night Football is like the wherever Mad Max takes place. It's that of football.
The Thunderdome or whatever. Wasteland. It is really the wasteland. I've said it 2 weeks in a row now. The NFL makes no fucking sense. We're sitting here, and Amara usually she's cool with me watching the Thursday Night Football. She'll do something else. Dog, I turned this game off at halfway through the third quarter. It was 3-6. What? What? I'm not watching a 3-6 game. I'm not putting my wife through this. We can watch something else. Dog, I look at my phone for fantasy, like, let me see. Oh, 22-10. Okay. Baltimore did what they needed to do. And then I went to Twitter. I was like, oh, Miami won 22-10. Are you fucking kidding me? Anytime we think a team is good, they get knocked off immediately afterwards.
Are you kidding me?
Baltimore couldn't do shit yesterday. Absolutely shit.
Oh no.
Hey, maybe play of the year. Also, like at halftime, they come out halftime. Jacoby Brissett plays the whole first half at 6-3. They show him. He goes to he goes to like run onto the field, and Brian Flores is like, "Nah, fam, take a seat." And then Tua rolls out, and actually like didn't play well, but I guess like won the game, which is all you really need.
Is Brian Flores getting another swing at this? Is he getting another year at coaching down there?
I feel like he probably will, because they won 10 games last year, so they got to think he's a good coach. And I think he's a good coach.
That's true. Yeah,
he just has a dog shit quarterback room, maybe the worst quarterback room in the league. I don't know.
But what happened between last year and this year that made it go from 10 wins to looking like they probably end up with less than 4?
They don't have Ryan Fitzpatrick and Xavier Howard that doesn't have 11 picks.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know.
No.
I another thing I was saying on our last episode, like there are just games that should be illegal to be on TV, and they had the Texans versus the Dolphins last week. It's like we don't need to watch 2 1-7 teams. We don't need to expose people to COVID. Just close the stadium, let them play by themselves. Don't let the cameras in. Like nobody needs to see this shit. So I haven't watched enough Miami to tell you what. Other than that, I've seen enough too to know that brother stank. But yeah, this league makes no sense. Atlanta plays Dallas this week. I have no real thoughts on this game, but I know Dallas got a fucking mud hole stomped in them last week by Denver. It was 30-0 at one point, so I'm sure Dallas is going to come out mad as hell.
I've given up on the CD Lamb's the farce. Every couple weeks he baits you back in with a big performance, but I put him on the bench finally. But I do have Cordero Patterson in one league, so
ooh, okay.
I'm big on Atlanta right now because he's a big point getter.
Yeah, CD is interesting because like at once every couple weeks it's like 2 touchdowns, 110 yards, something like that. But then it's just like 3 catches, 61 yards, no touchdowns. Like, okay, he's showing up to work, getting some cardio in. If
that was on 61 yards, maybe.
Damn, I wish Jamal was here for this. The next game I have up is Jacksonville plays Indiana.
Hell nah.
I want to know. Is it time for the Jags to go on a win streak? Are you sure?
Can they put 2 together?
I mean, it only takes 1 to start the streak, or it only takes 2 to start the streak.
And what can they implement from last week to get this done?
Play defense. Have Josh Allen be the best defensive player of all time.
Okay.
I think would be. Josh Allen had a sack, a pick, a fumble recovery, and a forced fumble on the other Josh Allen.
Oh, you confused me right there.
Yeah, the good Josh Allen that plays on defense sacked the bad Josh Allen that plays on offense, and picked him off and forced a fumble. Yeah, he was
that joke got used so many times last week.
So many times. Yeah, I don't have anything else I want to say about this game. I know Jamal and Antonio have money on Carson Wentz versus Trevor having a better season, so this will be a funny game for them to have to watch.
There's no way Trevor is still in this competition. Jamal should have paid Tonio already.
Yeah, Tonio, when you listen to this, send Jamal a Cash App request and then forward it to
me. Please. Yeah, for whatever that amount was, because it's over.
And then with the Bills deciding to lose last week, the Patriots are half a game back from the first place in the division, and they play the Browns this week. Boo Boo Baker looked kind of good last week. Boo Boo Baker looked good throwing 11 passes last week. So I don't know if they can win in New England with no Nick Chubb and no Kareem Hunt. So I kind of think the Pats are going to win this. The Dearness is good, but I think
you got to beat the protocol. He ain't good yet. He ain't got the stamp.
Oh, I thought he was good to go. I just feel like Bill Belichick always has a trick up his sleeve, so I think he's going to have Baker in hell.
Yeah, give me New England. Give me McCorkle.
McCorkle's looked better than I thought. When I seen him walk out at the draft,
rookie quarterback by far.
Yeah, it's comfortable.
Yeah,
and you can't really say. I mean, maybe I know they like to discount, and I'm not doing this. They like to discount like people that go to the best situation. And the Patriots offense still doesn't look all that. It's not like they got a good running back, decent-ish receivers.
Wasn't like nobody talking about that being a place to play quarterback last year?
Not at all. So yeah, he's far exceeded my expectations. And Trevor, who I thought like, damn, at least this offense will be buzzing, has not been buzzing. And Justin Fields might be in the worst situation because they be hanging that boy out to dry. He looked good on Monday night though. But Buffalo plays the Jets, so I'm assuming they're going to stomp a mud hole in the Jets, and that New England will remain a half game back from the division lead. I think he got hurt.
Oh, he got here.
I believe he is hurt, so I think it's going to be because they play.
Joe Flacco getting this start. What's going on?
He might be active if it's not Josh Johnson.
Okay,
little Marshawn. We can spend very little time on Detroit 0-8 at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's probably going to win this.
You got this big line on here? That's cap. He looked like a baller.
At what? Football?
Yeah, I seen some highlights against Chicago. He's throwing that.
Watching that game, every single pass Ben throws is an underthrow. He could throw like a slant, it's underthrown. If he threw like 4 deep balls, and he did the you got to cock back, take a step forward, getting your arm into it, and the running back or the receiver is like, oh shit, they gotta try to catch it through somebody. Nah, he's cooked. That arm is ground beef.
Debatable.
It's not. We'll look at his stats. They probably look like Baker Mayfield's.
Okay.
This. But nah, he's done. But I'm sure that defense will carry them to a win against the fighting Dan Campbell's. You think it's possible that Detroit goes winless again?
No. Something's gonna give with a 17 game schedule. There's gonna be a team that they play towards the end that is locked up that doesn't need it, and Detroit will get one.
I'm looking at their schedule right now, and I don't really see. I mean, other than in their division, I could see them beating the Bears. I could see them beating the Vikings. They play the Falcons.
At the end is locked up, and Green Bay doesn't need it or something.
Yeah, and that's the last game of the season, so I could see that being the case. Okay, They'll probably get a win.
Because Jordan Love didn't look like that. Looked like nothing last week. So.
He did not look good at all. Yeah, it's funny though. You mentioned the New Orleans beating teams that they shouldn't, and winning against the teams that they should. Y'all have beaten Green Bay, one of the best teams in the league. New England, about to be first in their division. Seattle, which is kind of whatever. The football team,
when they were decent,
kind of whatever. When they were decent, and you beat Tampa, who is a Super Bowl favorite out of the NFC, and then you lost to New Orleans or New York, Atlanta, and Carolina. Makes no sense. But I think I was looking at y'all's schedules yesterday. Y'all kind of got an easy schedule coming up, so we'll see how that looks. Y'all got to win this game though, and hope that Adrian Peterson don't return to form on you.
I got him still on the bench, man. I might throw him in.
He might need to and you got no Kamara this week. He's out.
Yeah,
which fucking stinks for several of my fans.
I guess Deontay Harris is facing a DUI charge too. So it's
Jesus Christ.
Or DWI.
What's the difference?
One's driving under the influence, one's driving while intoxicated. I don't know why there's 2 of them, but whatever.
Hey, I don't know the difference. Tampa plays Washington, so I expect Tom Brady to further solidify his MVP case.
That's a dub.
Easy to.
That's a playoff rematch, though, too.
Oh, yeah. And Taylor Heineke's going to be playing. Okay.
Oh, well. Cam Newton, is he playing this? Cam Newton's not playing this week. Is he?
I can't imagine that he'll play. I haven't seen anything saying, but yeah, Cam is back in Carolina. I mean, I guess it is a completely new offense, even though he does know probably every player on the offense for the most part.
Because, I mean, I know, only reason I say Cam's not playing this week is because I know Von Miller's first game is this weekend, and he got traded 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, and Odell's not playing this week either. So, yeah, I think he's probably going to take a week to, learn everything. I think they showed him, arriving to the facility today.
Yeah.
And Minnesota is coming to LA this week to play the Chargers. Which I have no idea how to feel about this because I feel like our offense can play with anybody in the league, but our run defense is cheeks.
Who's better today between Kirk Cousins and Herbert?
Herbert. He's comfortably.
Easily, don't say easily.
Yes, easily. By everything I will. No, I'm not having this conversation with you. I don't think it's close.
That's cool.
Where was Kirk Cousins at in the MVP odds?
That have a lot to do with team success there. I'm saying as a player. Individual play. Who's better today?
As an individual player, I'm taking Justin Herbert. I think is a tier above Kirk Cousins. A full tier. Okay. I think that's a low key disrespectful question. Hey, I actually talked myself into on our lost episode of Justin Herbert potentially being the best quarterback of all time because Jamal was like, "Would you trade Herbert right now for Justin Herbert?" And would you trade Herbert for Mahomes? And I said no. And I said, no, I wouldn't trade Herbert for Mahomes. But then I was like, well, shit, Mahomes, I think, might be one of the best quarterbacks of all time. So in theory, I think Justin Herbert might be the best quarterback of all time. Hey, slide my DMs if you think I'm wrong. I got 500 pages of research to prove you wrong.
Don't engage him with this idiocracy. Just leave him alone.
All right, man. You gonna see.
A wise man told me don't argue with fools. People from a distance can't tell who was who. Stop with that childish shit. Please leave me alone.
Who was the wise man that told you that?
Don't throw right for the throne. Jehovah.
All right. Anyway. Hey, did you see Jay-Z made an Instagram for like 20 hours this week?
He think he me.
Absolutely thinks he's you. And then Philly plays Denver. Denver somehow is 5-4, even though after they went 3-0 and then went 0-3 after that, I just assumed that they would fall off completely. And the entire AFC West is 5-4 or 5-3. So this week this weekend's going to decide a lot for that division.
Did you see what's his name, Devonta Smith, like coaching Jalen Hurts on how to throw the ball to him last week against him?
That's ugly.
Yeah.
Devonta Smith went off. Dog, we were missing Asante Samuel and Michael Davis last week, so fucking Chris Harris was guarding Devonta Smith. Devonta Smith looks so fast compared to him. Like, I know he's fast, but Chris Harris looked like he was like running with like the spark parachute on, like running as hard as he could, gaining no ground, dog. Every single catch.
Spark's still a thing?
Yeah, for sure. They still do like a spark score for athletes and stuff. If you go back and watch the highlights of that game, you will just see every catch Devonta Smith has. Like, Chris Harris is running to catch him from like 4 yards away. It's like, weren't you guarding him, dog? What the hell's happening?
Hell no.
Seattle plays Green Bay. And I was thinking about this game because they're talking about Aaron Rodgers playing. And I could have swore, like, when they say like 10 days from infection, I think it's supposed to be 10 days symptom free. And he for sure said on the Pat McAfee show that he was sick for 2 days. So he should miss this game. I know he's going to play, but Aaron Rodgers should miss this game.
You gonna write that in?
I think I'm gonna send Roger a letter. Right after we get off here.
I had Seattle winning this though, with Russell Wilson coming back. I got them winning this.
I think they said that Green Bay is 9-0 against Seattle at Lambeau Field over the last like 25 years or something like that. 20 years. I don't know. I think I do like Seattle getting it with Russ coming back though. Because I think they were like in one possession games if they lost any of the games that they played without him, and they had fucking Geno Smith. His cheeks.
Yuck.
Then the Sunday night game, this will be a good one. Kansas City going to Vegas to play the Raiders. Both teams with 5 wins, 5-4 for Kansas City, 5-3 for Vegas. So that'll be a good seeding matchup. Kansas City is an enigma to me because they look bad and still win. Like, they beat the Packers 13-7 with Jordan Love. Like, they just
can't eliminate them yet. But
look
at your division.
It's tough. It's
5-3, 5-4, 5-3. Where's Denver? Denver's probably right around there too, huh?
Denver's 5-4.
Yeah. Ooh wee.
Yeah. So it literally, this division is any team loses in a week, you can be first place or you can be last place. And the same thing with the AFC North. With I think all of those teams have 5 or 6 wins.
Yeah, every team besides Green Bay, they out of here. All right, never mind. You said AFC North. My bad.
Yeah. No, it's spooky up there. But yeah, my dad's talking about going to this game. He's down in Vegas this week, so that would be a pretty fun game to go to.
That'd be pretty cool.
I think I got the Raiders winning this just because I think their offense is good enough to fuck up that shitty defense. But yeah, that'll be a good game to see. And then Monday night, we got the Los Angeles Rams going to San Francisco. which San Francisco looks awful in every way. So I'm taking the Rams to win that. And it's so funny how much I think we even mentioned it last week, how much shit they're giving Sean McVay. Like you let Colt McCoy walk you down. That's embarrassing. That team stinks.
Pretty bad.
That brother, he is what? Yeah, he's 3-5 this year. They said outside of that year that they went to the Super Bowl, which is a big deal, obviously. Like, I think he's like 19 and like 37 or something like that. Like, his record is awful. They've had a lot of injuries, sure, but yeah, that team is suspect at best. And then obviously the Rams signed Odell Beckham Jr. No big deal there.
And Von Miller plays this week in this matchup against the 49ers, so look out for that.
Yeah, the Rams are going to be a problem to beat, dude.
Yeah, they have a roster.
Yeah, having Robert Woods as like your fourth receiving target or some shit is going to be disgusting.
I might like them over the Buccaneers just because the Buccaneers, it's not like this is Tom Brady with Bill Belichick running the defense behind him. Like, no disrespect to Bruce Arians, but his levels.
For sure. And Bruce Arians is going to get it done offensively, but Tom Brady can't go out there. And Tampa's been missing like all of their DBs all season. So if obviously this will be 2-3 months from now, but if they have to see them in the NFC Championship, that's going to be a shootout that I think the Rams will win.
Mm-hmm.
Especially once Matt Stafford realizes that Tom's going to win the Super Bowl or the MVP over him. He's going to want to kick the shit out of the old man.
All right.
Hey, have you? I know you've taken a look at some of them. Have you looked at any more of the gameplay videos from Grand Theft Auto? The remaster.
What did I watch today? I watched them. I watched the game ranks before you buy.
Before you buy, yeah.
Yeah, and they showed Grand Theft Auto 3. The rain in that looks insane. Like, why would you do that?
You can't see anything behind the rain.
No, that's a terrible idea. I've seen gameplay from like everywhere. I've seen them pull it from PC. It's just a flaming hot ball of mess that I'm just confused of how it got to this point.
I really feel like, and I think it makes a lot more sense now that it's out. Because when it first came out, I was like, damn, we didn't really even hear rumors of a remaster or nothing. It kind of just came out of nowhere. I feel like they were like, hey, we should remaster those like early this year. They're like, oh yeah, let's put it out for the holidays. And didn't think about how much work needed to be done to make those look good, because that shit looks awful. Yeah, the rain thing was like, how would you play the game once it starts raining?
No, and I learned more about Grand Theft Auto 3 than I knew before this week. In the last 2 days, so
yeah, I don't really remember playing that.
I don't think so either. They talked about how the gangs like permanently turn on you and like takes away missions on the map. I'm like, this sounds like I don't want to do this. But
no, I don't think I'll be touching any of those games, at least not for quite some time. Like San Andreas and Vice City, both the old versions both look better than the new one. I'm not playing that shit.
I've had no urge to play those games again since I played them back on PS2 or in the original Xbox. Like, I don't know. Like they serve their purpose for the time, but it's like I don't have nostalgic memories. I mean, I do have nostalgic memories of San Andreas, but not to the point that I want to go relive it, because 5 has come out since then and has completely changed what I expect of Grand Theft Auto. I don't want to go backwards in that.
San Andreas is fun to play for the nostalgia, like hearing the radio, like doing some of the missions, but like, yeah, like every time I've gone back to play San Andreas, it's like I don't want to like grind through the first like 5 hours of missions where you're not really doing shit and you're like got no guns. You're like, okay, I'm gonna come in, put some cheat codes in, I'll run around, shoot shit, and then I'm not playing this anymore. Literally
every experience I want to have in GTA now is like present in GTA Online. Not even 5, not even the story, like GTA Online, like customizing the bikes and cars and stuff like that. That's the stuff I want to do in GTA today. Yeah. Until a new story comes out. Like, I don't want to play GTA 5 story again. So,
yeah, I haven't even considered playing that shit again. And then, did you see anything from Disney Plus Day that you want us to talk about at all?
Not because they were so short. Like each trailer was like 25 seconds. Like, what are we gonna talk about?
Nothing. Yeah, they announced She-Hulk or showed She-Hulk.
Not even announced. These things have been announced, but they got
they showed it.
That's all it was. She-Hulk.
What's the dude's name?
Knight
Moon Knight and Miss Marvel.
Miss Marvel, yeah.
And then they did show that they're rebooting the Proud Family.
Oh, I didn't know that. Live action?
I can't tell if it's a reboot because it like the scenes they were showing look new. Like it looks like Proud Family, like stylistically, but it looks like it's in like 4K with new graphics and stuff. And it was scenes that I've never seen, so it looks like they're just redoing with the same cast, like starting Proud Family over again, which I'm here for. If it's because it was all the same people. I think they added like Tiffany Haddish, Lil Nas X is supposed to be on there for some of it. But yeah, I fuck with Proud Family, so I'll be checking that out whenever that's out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but other than that, I ain't got nothing left on the docket, my boy.
Okay. Debating if I want to do this or not.
Oh, you're gonna play your Kanye drops?
No. Well, I'm gonna do it. Whatever. I'm gonna say rest in peace to my brother Bruce. Passed away this past weekend, last Saturday. Very, very untimely news. Very sad, but I just want to share sort of my story with him. So Bruce is actually my stepbrother. I've known him since I was 11, I think. I don't know. I actually don't know how old it was, but it was like early 2000s when I met Bruce. And since then, I'd never had like a little brother. I have an older sister, and other than that, like all of our family friends and my cousins have been older than me. So that means that things that I got introduced to as a kid were from the perspective of somebody who was older than me. Like it wasn't things that necessarily my friends at school were into. It was like what people who were 2 years older than me were into. And there wasn't much for me to pick up on with that, if that makes sense. So it's like once I left their houses, that was it. But when Bruce came into like my world, I finally kind of got to sort of be more of a kid again when I was like 11, which is kind of weird to say, but like this is like the person that like I played like Yu-Gi-Oh cards with. This is the person that like I played Beyblades with. This is the person that like made me like fall in love with like playing franchise on 2K and like Madden and like baseball with. That like I probably played like more like games of 21 like in the street with than anybody else. Like this is like my dude, and I hate to say like we not because like a beef or like falling out and like that, but just like as adults, like like life takes over, you grow apart, you don't talk as much anymore. That kind of happened to us. We probably talk to him like 4 times a year, versus like there was a span of like my life of like 8 years where I talked to him like probably every weekend. Like we were hanging out or staying at each other's houses and stuff like that. But he was like I don't know, like a really like important part of like my life and like my maturation, the part that makes me like who I am today. Because all those things that I mentioned are a big part of the things that I still enjoy to this day. And it's like not Beyblade, but like I have magic cards in my closet, and that's a graduation of playing Yu-Gi-Oh with him as a kid. I still play like franchise mode on sports games more than I play any other mode. And I've introduced him to, I believe, like Lil Wayne and Kanye.
Oh my god, passing the torch!
I know when I met him, I think his favorite like artist was Akon.
Oh no, you saved it. Oh my god, no.
But I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna miss him like dearly. The sad part hasn't really hit me yet, to be honest. Like it's because I'm away from everybody who's grieving. So it just hasn't really set in and become like real for me. But I'm gonna definitely miss him. I'm gonna say rest in peace to my guy Bruce, my brother. So yeah, he was in my wedding. Tyrell met him. Everybody's been on this podcast has met him because he's been around me for that long. So it's impossible for you to know me and not have met him at least once.
Yeah, he was super tight, man. Like when we all kicked it before your wedding at like in the groom's room. It was one of those relationships where it's like I literally just met you now, but we're already talking like we've known each other for 10 years just off the mutual strength of knowing you. Like he immediately fit in with us and shit.
Talk about how that came to be is that like unfortunately another one of my friends, Tonio, he couldn't make it to be into my wedding. So I called Bruce, I think the week my wedding was on a Saturday. I called him like maybe like Wednesday. So like, hey bro, like I need you. Can you like be one of my groomsmen? He's like, yeah, sure. I sent him the information for the men's warehouse. He went down there, got fitted, got a suit and everything like that, and showed up at the wedding chipper and happy as everyone. Was like the life of the party.
Bro,
nobody had interaction with him that didn't like have something like glowing to say about him.
Absolutely.
And like, I don't know, like there's it's rare you meet people like that. Like, I don't know.
For sure.
He's a special type of person.
You told us my white stepbrother is about to join us for the bachelor party. I was like, or not the bachelor party, but like as a groomsman, I was like, this shit about to be lame as fuck. And as soon as we met him, he was like, oh, hey, you want some shotguns and beers? Like, what's good? Like, oh shit, okay, you really went to shit. And we immediately had a good time. Immediately. He's fun as fuck, man.
That's my guy. I'm pretty like, yeah, like it, just thinking about like the type of energy that he had, like I'm just being away from home all these years makes me like kind of sad that like I didn't get to spend more time with him as adults and like get to experience like what this type of Bruce was like. Cause I know Bruce like I know Bruce as a kid, I know Bruce as a teenager, and I sort of know him as a young adult, but by the time like he really got out on his own and got to start living life the way he wanted to live life, like I was already away from home. So it's like I didn't get to see that part of him. And that part makes me like sad. And like I wish to see like what Bruce would have been like as a husband, as a father, as a grandparent. Like who knows like what that person would have been like. And it makes me sad that I don't get to see those things. But like I'm very happy for the times that I had with Bruce. Like it was, like I said, like an incredibly important part of my life. You always will be. So like, yeah, rest in peace to my brother, man. Like
rest in peace, man.
Yeah.
That is, hey man, everybody got to be better about it, but talk to your people, man. Like you miss out on so many, like, damn, it would have been fun to do this or like whatever, like just have some more experience. And you don't think about it until it's too late. Cause if you hadn't passed away now, it's like, oh yeah, when we move back to Washington or whatever, like we'll finally be able to get to spend more time together.
You just assume the day is coming that you're going to get a chance to do what you want to do. But it's like, dog, like nothing is promised, man. Like,
shit like that makes me appreciate us doing this more because you get to like, I mean, we're doing it for other people, like we're getting our opinions out, but it's nice to get to like sit down and like have a face to face with your people once a week and like really tap in and make sure you like checking it. So check on your people, call your friends,
talk to them, call them. You care about somebody, just talk to them, like see what's going on.
Don't let petty shit be in the way. Just holler at your people.
Yeah, man. All right.
Well, on that note,
on a somber note, I hope I did that in a positive enough light where people can get out of here and still be like happy.
Yeah, man.
I'm saying like I'm telling y'all how important he was to me. It's not.
He don't sound like he wants you to be sad. He sounds like he wants you to take another shot.
Bruce would want people to turn up is whatever we gather to do for him. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen. I'm not saying that's what should happen because obviously a lot of people are grieving and going through things. So whenever that time comes, I'm gonna go there and be there for them. But I'm just I'm just it's just wild. It's weird to think. It's weird and wild. I don't know.
Death is weird. It doesn't ever really make any sense. It starts to make more sense.
But it's inevitable. It's crazy. All right. Episode 34, Critically Unfocused podcast. Shout out to Tyrell. Hold on, I got one drop I can play because it's two of us.
We ain't got nothing but respect for each other. We ain't never put no trains. We ain't no motherfucking freaks. We some family men. We getting it paper. You know what I'm talking about?
All right. We out of here, man. Y'all enjoy your weekend.
Peace.